starters tonight.
Starting the 5'11" senior, number 3, Jack Campion. 4 to 6'5" junior, number 4, Brogan McIntyre. 4 to 6'3" junior, number 5, Matthew Kirk. And at 4 to 6'3" senior, number 22, Tommy Widener. And the head coach for Milton is Alex Olson. His assistant, Ian Curtis. And now the starters for the Watertown Goslings. Starting at guard, 6'2" senior, number 2, Ollie Myers. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 3, Brendan Shelton. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 4, Anthony Bowman. And 4 to 6'6" senior, number 14, Kate Kapinski. And 4 to 6'5" senior, number 33, John Clifford. And coach for Watertown is Jim O'Leary. His assistants, Benji Pembroke, Ron Miller.
All right, so there are your starting lineups. We are coming to you live from Watertown High School. It is very loud in here. We got the band going on. As we get set for this matchup coming into tonight, Watertown comes in with an 8-8 overall record. They are 6-2 in conference play. They're coached by Jim O'Leary. While Milton comes in on an 11-game winning streak. They're 15-2 and 8-1 in conference play. They're coached by Alex Olson, and they will win the tip here to start things off. It's Aiden Gall, Jack Champion, Brogan McIntyre, Matthew Kirk, and Tommy Widener on the court for Milton. Now the starting lineup for the Goslings: Oliver Myers, Trenton Shelton, Anthony Bowman as a shot up and in by Brogan McIntyre. Nathan Lipinski and John Clifford rounding out the Goslings starting lineup tonight. Inside they go, working to get to Clifford. Clifford takes a shot, that's off. Rebound will go to Brogan McIntyre, and back the other way, a wide open look underneath to Tommy Widener, and he's got 2 for Milton. It's a 4-0 start with 17:05 left here in the first half. Trenton Shelton. Jumper on the way from Oliver Myers is off the mark. Rebound goes to Milton, and back the other way come the Red Hawks. And a drive, and the shot is good for Jack Campion. Campion is their leading scorer. He averages 16.1 a game. A 6-0 start, 6:35 left to play here in the first half. A loud and proud crowd tonight. 3 on the way by Gabinski, and it's off the mark. Drive in is Campion, and he's fouled by John Clifford. That's his first, the team's first. Jack Campion will go to the line and shoot 2 here for the Red Hawks. After a 6-0 start here, and the first shot is up and in for Campion. We expect him to take control of this offense. He is the point guard, and he sure runs the offense. Likes to drive the lane, and he's got 4 points here in the early going. It's an 8-0 Milton lead with 16:15 left to play in the first half. Clifford at the top of the arc. They kick it over to Bowman. Now back to Clifford. All the way around to Kopinski, and they go back to Clifford. Clifford works his way over to Myers. Now over to Kopinski. Myers over to Kopinski. Trying to find something in the paint here, not working. 3 on the way is no good for Trenton Shelton. It's off the mark. Remains 8-0 with 15:33 left to play here in the first half. Campion fakes, drives, finds his man. Oh, off the mark, but a rebound by Tommy Widener, and the shot for 3 on the way is no good from Brogan McIntyre. Back the other way comes Anthony Bowman for Watertown, and he will give it over to Trenton Shelton. Inside they go to John Clifford. He is looking for help. Clifford dribbles around, takes the shot, and it's out. Clifford hit the deck. Milton has numbers here. We got a 3 on the way, and it is good for Matthew Kirk. And we got a timeout here, and early it is not a good start for the Goslings. An 11-0 run to start this game for Milton. They lead it 11-0, 14:53 left in the first half as John Clifford gets looked at here on the court. I do apologize, I did not see what happened, so I'm not sure, but it appears to be something with his left leg, but we won't assume. In the meantime, in the early going, we got off to a 11-0 run here for Milton, and Jack Campion has 4 points to lead the way as John Clifford makes it back to his feet. Always a good sign. Couple of points for Brogan McIntyre in this one. Matthew Kirk hit a big 3 moments ago, and Tommy Widener has 2. Adding up to the 11 Milton points. I mentioned it earlier, they have won 11 straight games, obviously 10-0 in their last 10, as Clifford is going to get help off here. John Clifford, the senior. And Watertown will get the ball back here, down 11. Number 20, Reese Camrath will check in for Watertown. Shelton gives way to Bowman as he drives, and he's got it. Anthony Bowman's got his first 2 of the night, and now it's a turnover to Bowman. Back the other way come the Goslings. Shelton kicks it out to Camrath. Back out to Shelton. They work it around to Bauman. Outside they go. 3 on the way is no good. And rebound goes to Aiden Gall and Milton. Aiden Gall, one of their top scorers. He averages a 10.6 per game. A drive from Campion, and he is fouled. On the inside, I believe they got Trenton Shelton. It is his first and the team's second. Pass comes in to Matthew Kirk, who hit a big 3 earlier to make it 11-0. It's now 11-2 Milton with 13:57 left to play here in the first half. Campion drives, looking for help. He didn't get much of it that time. 3 on the way from Tommy Widener, and that's off. Rebound inside. The shot goes up and in for Brogan McIntyre. He stands at 6'6", a junior. He's got 4 on the night for Milton. Camrath over to Kopinski. His shot from the free throw line is good. Nathan Kopinski leads the Goslings in scoring. He averages 17.2 a game. Drive here from Campion. 3 on the way is good for Brogan McIntyre. He's got 7, and Milton leads 16-4 with 13:05 left here in the first half. Shelton brings it up. Bowman gives over back to Shelton. He takes a step back shot, and he got it. Trenton Shelton with his first points of the night. Goslings cut the lead to 10. Now the 3 from Campion is off the mark and headed back the other way. 10-point lead for Milton. 12:40 left to play here in the first. That shot is off the mark. Back the other way comes Milton. Driving to the hoop is Kirk, and oh, it rings in and out. And the rebound goes to Anthony Bowman. A drive by Kopinski, and we got a foul on the court. Tommy Widener, I believe, was called for the foul. That's his first and the team's first. Substitutions coming in here. Inbounds pass coming here for the Goslings. Three on the way for Camerath is off the mark. Reese Camerath, who came in for John Clifford when he left with an injury. Campion drives the lane, kicks it out. Trying to work their way in. Good defense here for the Goslings. Aiden Gall drives, now kicks it back out to Jack Campion. Campion steps in, kicks out. Three on the way from Gall. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Ethan Johnson. And Watertown will get the ball back here. A little dancing, no romancing. The shot is up for Trenton Shelton, and it's off the mark. And the rebound goes to Watertown. Camerath drives and kicked it out to Kabinski. Now here comes Shelton. He drives it off the glass and in. A good start for Trenton Shelton. He's got 4 points here for the Goslings. A three on the way from Gall, and he nails it.
Three-point basket good by Aiden Gall.
Aiden Gall makes it 19-8 with 11:08 left to play here in the first half. Aiden Gall averages 10.6 a game. Shelton over to Kopinski. The three on the way is off the mark. Rebound goes to Brady Kavanaugh, who checked in earlier for Milton. Jack Campion will bring it up the court. Oh man, nice move into the paint. The shot is off the mark. Rebound will go back the other way to Watertown. It is Trenton Shelton who will corral it for the Goslings. Camrath gets it inside to Kopinski, and the shot is no good, but a foul will be called on Brady Kavanaugh, his first, the team's second.
The Milton foul for 24, Brady Kavanaugh, his first, the team's second. The line shooting two for the Goslings, Nate Kopinski.
Nate Kopinski will go to the line and shoot, and the first one is off the mark. Mentioned earlier, Kopinski is the leading scorer for the Goslings. He averages 17.2 per game. Second shot goes in. His third point of the night for Watertown. The lead is back to 10, 19-9, 10:26 left to play here in the first half. Campion, the drive, that shot off the mark. Rebound goes back to Watertown, and Caleb Winkleman ended up with it. And now Reese Camerath will bring it up the court here for the Goslings. Over to Kopinski. Three on the way here is off the mark. Rebound will be off of Camerath and back the other way. It will head towards Milton. 19-9 as we have a stoppage here with 10:07 to play. We got a stoppage and a substitution. Matthew Kirk will come back in. He'll get Brady Kavanaugh. Campion brings it up the court here for Milton. Trying to work their way inside. The Goslings doing a good job here working the circle. They kick it back out. Kirk looking for help. They get it inside to Jensen. Now back out. Kirk drives again. The kick out to McIntyre for three, and he got it.
Three-point basket good by Brogan McIntyre.
Brogan McIntyre has 10 points here early on for Milton in their 22-9 lead. Reese Camerath skims a three off the back of the rim. Drive inside is up and in for Chayton Jensen. We're going to get a timeout called here by Jim O'Leary. This is not a good start for the Goslings. It is 24-9 with 9:20 left to play here in the first half. Boy, what a start for Brogan McIntyre. He is their second leading scorer. He averages 12.9 a game. He's already got 10 here in the first half. Meanwhile, the rest of the staff getting it done as well for Milton. Aiden Gall has 3 points. So does Matthew Kirk. Chayton Jensen just had 2 points, and Tommy Widener, the senior, also has 2 points as well. Meanwhile, for the Goslings, 4 points for Trenton Shelton, 3 for Nathan Kopinski, and Anthony Bowman has 2 as well. Picking up the 9 points for the Goslings. Goslings will get the ball back. Trenton Shelton, who is the leading scorer for Watertown tonight with 4, will take it up the court for the Goslings. Kamrath works his way. They go inside to Kopinski. His shot is good, and he's fouled. And he will go to the line with an opportunity for a three-point play. The foul goes against Matthew Kirk. His first, the team's third. And Kopinski will make it a three-point play. 24-12, the lead cut in half once again. Campion driving, kicks it over to Kirk. Now they get it over to Warrich, who checks in for the first time tonight. Campion needs help. They good defense on the top of the key. Kamrath up the court, three on the way, is good. Ollie Myers steps up, big shot, 24-15 with 8:35 left here in the first half. McIntyre looks to answer. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Watertown. They try to work it around. Over to Kopinski. He spins off the glass. Oh, and his shot can't go. What a move. Back the other way. Campion drives quickly. Shot off the glass is no good. Rebound. Bowman for Watertown. And he will bring it up for the Goslings. 8:04 left to play, 24-15, a 9-point game. Three on the way for Kamrath, it's blocked. Ends up in the hands of Chayton Jensen for Milton, and now a turnover back the other way. Trenton Shelton brings it up for the Goslings. Nathan Kopinski for two, and that is off. Rebound will go into the hands of Matthew Kirk, and Milton's going to slow the pace down just slightly. 7:37 left to play, a 24-15 lead here in the first half for the Redhawks. Jensen at the top of the arc. Gives over to McIntyre. Now McIntyre finds his way over to Warchich. He'll drive his way in, now kicks it out to Kirk. In the paint they go. Oh, Kirk ends up wide open out of the hoop. And he gets the easy layup to go. 5 points for Kirk as it's now 26-15 Milton. Trenton Shelton will bring it up the court here for the Goslings. Inside they go to Kopinski. We got a foul called. It'll either go against Jensen or McIntyre. We'll wait and see the call. It is McIntyre.
Milton fouls number 4, Brogan McIntyre. His first, the team's fourth.
That's his first and the team's fourth here in the half. So number 1, Aiden Gall checks back in here for Milton. Also number 24, Brady Kavanaugh checking back in, as well as number 22, Tommy Wilder. And the shot and the inbound will go back the other way. Kirk over to Widener. Out back over to Gall. Gall turns it up, kicks it back out. Widener drives, gives it back to Gall. Looking for a lane, ball on the ground. We got a whistle and a travel called and a turnover here. We'll be headed back the other way. Number 24, Ethan Johnson checked in for the Goslings as well before on that timeout. And we're going to get more substitutions here in just a moment.
Number 10, Caleb Winkleman. 22, Brett Schwabel.
So number 10, Caleb Winkleman will check in, as well as number 22, Brett Schwafel. Shelton will bring it up the court here for the Goslings. Over to Myers. Trying to work their way in the paint. It's so tough against this Milton team. They play very good perimeter defense. Shelton looking for some room. Gets inside. Jumper is good. Nice shot from Trenton Shelton. He's got 6 points. And the Goslings cut the lead back to 9. Kavanaugh. Over to McIntyre. He drives, now kicks it out. And a travel called. Widener picked it up and walked with it, and it's a turnover. And this one will go back to the Goslings. They will inbound on the baseline here. With 5:51 left to play, 26-17 Milton. And Shelton drives again. Oh, man, can't get the shot to go. Rebound stays on this end. The kick, 3 on the way. Off the mark. And it's going to be off of Milton. They call it off Kavanaugh.
Back into the Red Hawks, number 3, Jack Campion.
I thought that could have gone off Ethan Johnson for Watertown. It was a bang-bang play.
Number 14, Nate Kopinski.
Gabe Kopinski steps back into the game for the Goslings. Oh. We're going to get a foul.
Fouls on 22, Tommy Whitener. His second, the team's 5th.
So the foul called on Widener, that's his second, the team's 5th, and we got a timeout here by Milton. Obviously some frustration for Alex Olson as he tries to argue his case underneath. There was a hold before the pass was inbounded, and that's what they called the foul on. Boy, it has been a fast and furious game here in the early going. A 9-point Gosling lead, or excuse me, a 9-point Redhawks lead. 10 points for Brogan McIntyre. He leads the way in scoring for Milton. They have 5 points from Matthew Kirk, 3 from Aiden Gall, 2 from Chayton Jensen, and 2 from Tommy Widener. Meanwhile, on the other side for the Goslings, 2 players with 6 points, Trenton Shelton and Nathan Kopinski both have 6. Meanwhile, Anthony Bowman has 2, and so does Oliver Myers. Also, Myers has 3, making up the Goslings 17. 5 team fouls on Milton in this first half already. 2 for Watertown. Interesting to keep an eye on Tommy Widener. He has 2 personal fouls. So Watertown's going to inbound it here off the timeout. Caleb Winkleman will inbound it. They get it into Kopinski. That one was tipped. Back to Winkleman for 3. That skims off the rim and out. Rebound Kavanaugh. Campion steps on the gas. Back the other way. Over to Kavanaugh. He drives in. Driving baseline now. Kicking back out to Kavanaugh was Aiden Gall. Campion turns on the gas. Heads into the paint. We got another travel on Widener. And it's a Milton turnover. But the Goslings are going to have to start capitalizing on some of these miscues for Milton.
Back into the Goslings, number 4, Anthony Bowman. And number 20, Reese Camrath.
Anthony Bowman and Reese Camrath will check back in for Watertown. Meanwhile, Kopinski will inbound it to Shelton as he will bring it up the court for Watertown. Bowman over to Camrath. They work it around to Myers. Back over to Shelton. Trying to get it into Kopinski. They finally find a lane. Now they go back out to Shelton. He turns on, kicks out. Myers drives, off the glass and off. Rebound Kopinski, and it's good. Kopinski's got 8 to lead the Goslings. It's now 26-19. And they are right back in this game. Kavanaugh. Back over to Campion. Campion from the free throw line. He got it. Campion's got 6 points, 28-19. Milton has a lead here with 4:22 left in the first half. Shelton brings it up the court for Watertown. Trying to find inside again to Kopinski. Turnaround jumper is off the mark. Rebound, Jack Campion. They drive it in and turnover. Kopinski knocked it away. Ends up into the hands of Myers, and now a 3 on the way from Shelton is off the mark. And a rebound back the other way, and Jack Campion will slow the pace. 28-19 with 3:45 left to play here in the first half. Milton with the lead. Brogan McIntyre squares up, takes the shot.
Brogan McIntyre.
With the hook, and he's got 12 to lead the way for Milton. 30-19, the lead is back to 11. Reese Camrath. Over to Shelton, now back to Camrath. They find Bowman, trying to get it inside once again, but Kopinski, their big man, is out around the perimeter, so that's certainly not going to help. Here he comes, works his way in the paint. Shelton over to Bowman. They get inside to Kopinski. Off the glass, and one opportunity coming up. Kopinski's now got 10, and he
Fouls number 24, Brady Kavanaugh, his second, the team's sixth. For the Red Hawks, 15, Chayton Jensen. Shooting one for the Goslings, Nate Kopinski.
Chayton Jensen will check back in, number 15 for Milton. Kopinski will try to make it a three-point play and does. An 8-point game with 3:02 left here in the first half. Jack Campion brings it up the court here for Milton. Campion spins. Baseline, Aiden Dahl. Shot is off the mark. Rebound goes to Reese Camrath. Good hustle that time, and the Goslings will take it back with 2:44 left. Bowman for three. He got it!
Three for Anthony Bowman.
Anthony Bowman has 5, and the Goslings cut the lead to 5. Jack Campion turns the corner and drives, and a whistle and a foul. On his way in, it's going to be Bowman.
Martin Wells, number 4, Anthony Bowman, his first, the team's third.
That is his first foul. The team's third, and Jack Campion will go to the line and shoot 2 for Milton. First shot goes up and in. Matthew Kirk will check back into the game for Milton. And Campion makes both shots. He has 8 points for Milton. They now lead 32-25, 2:27 left to play here in the first half. Camrath. Again, they're trying to get it inside to Kopinski. That's been easier said than done. Shelton, jumper slightly from the free throw line. Off the mark, rebound will go to Aiden Gall. And Campion will bring it back the other way for Milton. 2:09 left to play here in the first half. The lead still 32-25 for the Red Hawks. Kirk finds his way over to Aiden Gall, who turns the corner, trying to spin, drives off the glass and in.
Aiden Gall.
Gall's got 5 points for Milton. It is now back to a 9-point lead. Just when Watertown was getting back in it, the Red Hawks have closed the gap. Inside they go to Anthony Bowman. He will step back out and now spin and drive. They kick to Camrath for 3. Off the mark. He gets his own rebound. Camrath bounces inside to Kopinski, off the glass and in. He's got 13 to lead the Goslings. It is 34-27. Jack Campion for 3, off the mark. Rebound goes to Trenton Shelton. And back the other way come the Goslings. Myers drives inside, now kicks back out. 3 on the way for Bowman. It's off the mark, rebound Campion. And here he comes, bringing it back the other way for Milton. 1:03 left here in the first half. Aiden Gall, pass over to Jensen. Now they find over to McIntyre. McIntyre back over to Campion. Campion's trying to get McIntyre inside. They do get it to Kirk inside. He spins and drives, shot off the mark. Under 44 seconds left to play here in the first half. Shelton drives. Kick over to Kopinski, now back to Camrath, excuse me. Camrath drives, Kopinski, 3 on the way, off the mark. And back the other way. And Campion drives the paint and gets an easy shot. He's got 10, 21 seconds left. A 9-point lead here for Milton, 36-27. Shelton will slow it down a little bit for Watertown. Kopinski now over to Camrath. Here they go, back inside to Myers. They kick back out to Kopinski, who drives off the glass and in. And he's got 15 as that will end the half here in Watertown. Boy, what a crazy start to this game. And at the half, Milton leads Watertown 36-29. And my name, by the way, is Ethan Buss. We thank you for listening to this production for Watertown TV. And thus far for Milton, leading the way, Brogan McIntyre. He's got 12 points on the night. Jack Campion has added 10. A couple of 5-point performances. Matthew Kirk with 5 and Aiden Gall with 5. Meanwhile, Chayton Jensen has 2 and Tommy Widener has 2 to make up the 36 points for the Milton Redhawks. Meanwhile, on the other side, 15 points for Nathan Kopinski in the first half here. 6 points for Trenton Shelton. 5 points for Anthony Bowman, and 3 points for Oliver Myers make up the Goslings' 29 points in this first half. And boy, it's been interesting. We talked about Milton coming into this game. They have won 11 straight games, obviously 10-0 in their last 10. Last game, they got a great performance from McIntyre. They're getting another one tonight. McIntyre had 20 points last game and 12 rebounds. They're getting another good one here. Milton is in first place in the conference coming in tonight. They do have a 1-game lead over Wanakee. Meanwhile, Watertown tied for third in the conference with DeForest, and they are a game and a half back of the first place Milton Redhawks. We are going to take a break here from Watertown High School, and we're going to kick it over to Reed Ledoux as he conducts the Watertown High School pep band. Again, 36-29, Goslings at the half.
Regional champs in both hip-hop and kick. They'll be heading to state in lacrosse this weekend. They're going to perform for you tonight. They're undefeated this season in hip-hop.
We are coming back to you live here from Watertown High School. At the half, Milton leads Watertown 36-29. Coming into this game, Milton in first place in the Badger East Conference standings at 15-2. They are 8-1 in conference play. Watertown in fourth place, tied for third, technically, in the Badger East Conference, with an 8-8 overall record and 6-2 on the conference play. My name is Ethan Buss for this production of Watertown TV. We thank you all for joining us. Boy, what a start here in this first half for Milton. They have 12 early points from Brogan McIntyre, who averages 12.9 a game, so he is obviously ahead of schedule this evening. Meanwhile, Jack Campion has 10 points. He is their leading scorer with 16.1 a game. He has 10 tonight, also well on his way to his average. Should be interesting to see what we do get here in the second half for both teams. As I said, last game, a very successful game for Brogan McIntyre. He's having another one tonight, but 20 points, 12 rebounds last game for McIntyre. Certainly going to be a player to watch here in the second half as he heads in with 12. Meanwhile, for Watertown, they've been getting it down to their big man, Nathan Kopinski. He's got 15 points here tonight. He actually had 15 last game in their win against Fort Atkinson. So that is certainly something to talk about. He is going to surpass his season average more than likely, which is 17.2 per game. Meanwhile, Oliver Myers, who is usually second on the team in scoring, he averages 15 points per game. He only has 3 points tonight, so he has not been off to a good start this evening. They will definitely need him to get hot here in the second half if they are going to get going. Again, we take a look at some other performers. Two players have 6 points for Watertown, Trenton Shelton and Anthony Bowman. Trenton Shelton has 6, Bowman has 5. So we will get set to start the second half. The one problem for Milton in that first half is they got into foul trouble. 6 team fouls in the first half. Obviously, they'll get a reset button here, but 2 fouls on the senior, Tommy Widener, and 2 fouls on the junior, Brady Kavanaugh. It'll be interesting to watch and see how Alex Olson will play his guys here in the second half. We're going to take a listen to the pep band as we wind down here. 18 seconds left before the second half. And here we go. The Goslings will start the ball in the second half. Oliver Myers will inbound here to Reese Camrath. And the Goslings here trailing 36-29 to start the half. Camrath drives, now kicks it over to Shelton. Shelton, they go inside to Kopinski, now back out to Myers for 3. He got it!
3 for Ollie Myers.
We talked about Ollie Myers having to get hot, and he nails the first basket for Watertown. It is now 36-32. The lead is cut to 4 with 17:30 left here in the second half. Bouncer over to Aiden Gall. He drives off the glass, no good. Rebound to Brogan McIntyre. He spins, now kicks out, almost traveled. Campion spins, drives the paint. Oh, nicely done. Off the glass and in. Jack Campion's got 12. And, man, he is just so quick once he gets into the paint. Myers over to Camrath. They try to get it over to Bowman. Now they do. Back to Kopinski, and now back over to Shelton. Kopinski over to Myers, now over to Bowman. They get it inside. It's blocked. Back into the hands of Bowman. Another ball deflected. Ends up in the hands of Camrath. Now Kopinski. Trenton Shelton back over to Ollie Myers. Shelton working around the arc. They're trying to get it inside. Now they do. Kopinski cross court, and he throws it right into the student section here, right in front of us. And it'll be a turnover The lead is 6 for Milton with 16:27 left to play here in the second half. Jack Campion will bring it up here for the Redhawks. Driving in the paint, kicks it out to McIntyre. Crowd wanted a travel. The shot is off the mark. Rebound. Trenton Shelton over to Reese Camrath. They go inside to Kopinski. His turnaround jumper is off the mark. Rebound goes to McIntyre. Campion drives over to Tommy Widener. Now a three on the way from Matthew Kirk is off the mark. Rebound goes to Reese Camrath. Trenton Shelton will bring it up the court here for Watertown. Into the paint he goes, off the glass, and nicely done. Shelton has 8, and now that ball is deflected by Kopinski, and it is a 4-point lead. 15:38 left here in the second half, and Milton will inbound. McIntyre back over to Campion. 3 on the way, and that shot is off the mark. Rebound will go back to Ollie Myers. Up they go to Bowman. Inside to Kopinski, off the glass and in. He's got 17 to lead the way for the Goslings. It's a 2-point game, just like that. Jack Campion brings it up the court here for Milton. Trying to find a lane inside, and McIntyre throws it away. And it's a turnover. And the ball is going to take a little roll down the court here momentarily. They had the curtain up before for the freshman game, but, you know, I guess they decided to raise it up. And Camrath will inbound it here for Watertown. Trenton Shelton will bring it up here for the Goslings. Shelton over to Kopinski. He drives. Bowman for 3. That's off. And a rebound goes to Matthew Kirk. And Jack Campion drives. Now he kicks out. Aiden Gall puts on the brakes, drives the paint. Ball is loose. Looked like a travel. The crowd wanted one anyway. No call. A spin. Campion drives the paint, and he gets his own rebound again. Wow. Widener for 3. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Myers, and Watertown, after a long offensive possession for Milton, gets the ball back. Shelton over to Bowman. Anthony Bowman trying to find a lane. Now he's going to take a 3. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Aiden Gall, and Milton will bring it back the other way. Gall stepping in the paint, now back out. Kicks it over to Kirk. Kirk will drive. Behind the back pass to McIntyre is good. Brogan McIntyre has 15. And once again, he has been red hot lately, and he is doing it again tonight. Inside to Kopinski, and a travel call as he tried to gain some leverage inside. So a 5-point Milton lead, excuse me. Tommy Widener is going to inbound for the Redhawks to Jack Campion. Campion is so quick, he tries to get in the paint quickly every time he brings up the court. 3 on the way, deep 3 from Campion is off. And a foul going to be called here on Reese Camrath. That's his first, and the team's first here in the second half. And not a good look right now for Watertown as John Clifford is on crutches. So I'm assuming, we don't want to make assumptions, but it seems like he will not be coming back in as that ball is turned over. Well, hopefully John Clifford will be okay. Watertown will bring it back the other way. 41-36 with 13:23 left here in the second half. Shelton brings it up. Quick feet, kicks out. Anthony Bowman for 3. He got it!
3 for Anthony Bowman.
What a play for Bowman, and it is now a 2-point game. McIntyre over to Campion. Campion over to Wiedner. How they get it over, swinging it around to Xander Wertich. A drive for Jackson Rupp. That shot is off the mark. Rebound. And back to Watertown. It was Ollie Myers who got the rebound. In they go to Kopinski. He is held by, well, they're going to call an offensive foul on Nathan Kopinski. That's his first and the team's second. Ethan Johnson will check back in, number 24. Caleb Winkleman, number 10, also checking in for the Goslings. Campion brings it up the court. McIntyre. Driving is Widener. That ball ends up on the ground and into the hands of Winkleman and a turnover. Kopinski over to Shelton. Back over to Kopinski. Winkleman puts on the brakes. Now back over to Kopinski again. Trying to find their way inside, working their way around the arc. Kopinski for three. He got it! And Watertown grabs a 42-41 lead with 12:02 left here in the second half. How about that one, folks? Man, oh man. We're going to get a full timeout here as it is now 20 points on the night for Nate Kopinski. He leads the way for the Goslings. Boy, what an incredible performance here thus far. We have two players with 8 points, Trenton Shelton and Anthony Bauman, both have 8. Meanwhile, 6 points for Ollie Myers on the night. And on the other side, Milton sure is going a little cold here in the second half. But Brogan McIntyre still leads the way with 15 points. 12 points for Jack Campion in this one. 5 points for Matthew Kirk. 5 for Aiden Gull. 2 points for Chayton Jensen and 2 points for Tommy Widener. Boy, and this is a big game. Watertown comes in, as we said, tied for third in the conference, but they're only a game and a half back of first place. Even though they have that 8-8 overall record, 6-2 in conference play. Milton 8-1 in conference play. So this is a big game if Watertown could get the win, not only for them, but for Waunakee, who's in second place in the conference, and DeForest, who is tied with Watertown for third in the conference. We're going to resume play here. 12:02 left in the second half. A 42-41 Watertown lead. Widener inbounds it to Campion, and Milton will bring it up the court. Campion over to Widener. He drives himself in. A whistle called and a foul on Nathan Kopinski. That's his second in the last couple minutes here, and the team's third. Tommy Widener will go to the line and shoot two. First shot is up and in. Widener, the senior, got in foul trouble early, had 2 in the first half. Trying to stay out of it here in the second half so he can remain in the game. He makes both shots. From the line, he's got 4. Caleb Winkleman, they try to get it up the court, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And a turnover. And back the other way, it was Ollie Myers who could not corral the pass. And so Milton will get it back up 1 with 11:41 left to play here in the second half. Campion drives, now kicks out to Widener. Over to McIntyre, now back to Campion. He turns on the Jets, in the paint he goes. Outside, open shooter. 3 is off the mark for Connor Opdahl. And ends up into the hands of Nathan Kopinski, and Watertown will bring it back the other way. Kopinski over to Shelton. Shelton fakes the handoff to Winkleman. Now he drives the paint. Step back shot is no good. Rebound, Brogan McIntyre. And back the other way come the Red Hawks. And again, Campion drives the paint, and a floater gets it to go. Shelton drives, now over to Bowman, back over to Shelton. Ollie hands of Aiden Gall. Driving to the hoop and making it is Connor Updahl, and it's his first basket of the night. 47-45 Milton, 9:47 left here in the second half. Watertown working their way around, just trying to find a way in the paint, excuse me. Cross court they go to Myers, now inside to Kopinski, off the glass, and could not get it to fall. Rebound Aiden Gall. Up to Jack Campion as he drives, and a turnover. Over to Nate Kopinski. Now Myers, he will drive off the glass. Oh, couldn't get it to go, but Kopinski is there. Cleans it up. He's got 22 points, and we are tied at 47 with 9:12 left to play here in the game. Campion across to Updahl. Updahl back to Aiden Gall. Gall over to Widener. Widener will find Campion again. Milton trying to drive the paint. Oh man, open man out of the hoop, and the shot is off the mark. It was Connor Updahl who had the easy bucket, and he couldn't get it to fall. Back the other way come the Goslings. Bauman for three. He got it. He's got 11 points, and he gives the Goslings a 3-point lead with 8:41 left to play here in the game. Wow. What a turn of events, and what a game for Anthony Bowman. He's got 11 now, and we talked about it. He averages 8.7 a game for Watertown, but for him to come up with 11 big points here in this one thus far is massive for this team, especially when Ollie Myers has not had the game we're used to. He's got 6 points, but unbelievable that Watertown has the lead right now. But what can you say about Nate Kopinski? He stands at 6'6", the senior. He's got 22 points. He's having a dominant game inside and outside the paint. It's been a fantastic game thus far for him. Meanwhile, on the other side, we talked about Jack Campion and how smooth he makes it look. He's got 14 for Milton. His teammate, Brogan McIntyre, has 15 to lead the way for the Red Hawks. Both teams will get set to come back in. An 11-game winning streak for Milton coming into this game is on the line, and they do not hold the conference lead by very much. Only a game lead in the conference over Waunakee. Brogan McIntyre will drive the paint. Now they kick it out to Aiden Gall. Back to McIntyre, now back to Gall. Trying to find a way inside. Gall kicks it out to McIntyre. He pumps a couple times. Back over to Gall. Tommy Widener for three. That's off the mark. It's going to be off of Milton, and it'll be back the other way for Watertown. I do apologize. They're going to say it was off of Watertown, so it will stay on this end with Milton. A 3-point Gosling lead, 8:10 left to play. That ball ends up on the ground. Both men hit the deck, saved by Gall, and Milton will maintain possession. Kirk drives the paint, and his shot is good. They wave off the basket. They're going to say the foul was called in the process, and now there's going to be a discussion here. So they get Caleb Winkleman on the foul, his first, the team's fourth. It was a non-shooting foul. They call it on the court. Inside they go to Widener. He's got it. He's got 6 points for Milton. It is a 1-point Gosling lead, 50-49 with 7:45 left in the second half. Reese Camrath now over to Anthony Bowman. Over to Winkleman, now back to Myers. Ollie Myers, step back shot is no good. Rebound goes to Matthew Kirk, and he will bring it up for Milton. Kirk turns the corner, drive shot is off the mark. Rebound, Anthony Bowman. 50-49, 7:20 left to play. Watertown has the lead by 1. Bauman over to Myers, now over to Winkleman. Caleb Winkleman looking for some help. He gives away to Myers. Once again, Watertown trying to work their way inside. They kick it out. Bauman for 3. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Matthew Kirk and Milton. 6:52 left here in the second half. Aiden Gall finds Tommy Widener. McIntyre looking for somebody in the paint. He can't find anybody. Kicks it back out to Gall, who drives the paint. It's going to be off of Bauman, and that ball is going to take a stroll down the court. So the big-time players come back in here. Jack Campion checks back in for Milton. Nate Kopinski and Trenton Shelton, who has had 8 points, a nice game for him tonight, checks back in as well for Watertown. Campion is going to inbound for Milton. He finds Widener over to Aiden Gall. This is really good, tight defense for the Goslings, and now Milton will just slow it down a bit. 6:31 left to play, a 1-point Gosling lead. McIntyre for 3, and he got it.
3-point basket by Brogan McIntyre.
He's got 18 points to Brogan McIntyre, well above his average of 12.9 a game. They go inside to Kopinski. His shot was blocked. Now he rebounds and up and in. 24 points for Nate Kopinski. We are tied at 52. 6:03 left to play here in the game. McIntyre drives in. Shot is good.
Brogan McIntyre.
He's got 20 points, and he has been tough to stop. Bauman. Boy, he had Kopinski, but I don't think he saw him, and stepping on the baseline is Ollie Myers and a turnover. And they will go back to Milton. They have a 2-point lead. 54-52, 5:46 left to play here in the game. Trying to work his way in the paint, can't find it. Aiden Gall for 3, off the mark, rebound, Kopinski. And they're going to slow the pace a bit. Down 2 is Watertown. Trenton Shelton looking to drive the paint, kicks it over to Bauman. Bauman, oh boy, cross court. They go inside to Kopinski again. He is blocked. McIntyre got a hold of it, and it ends up in the hands of Jack Campion, and Milton will get the ball back. Up 2 with 5:09 left. They work it over to Kirk. Now Aiden Gall looking to drive. McIntyre under the hoop. They go to Kirk. Shot is off. And they have missed that reverse layup a couple of times tonight. Trenton Shelton spinning, working his way. Bouncer to Myers. He got it. Myers has 8. What a find by Trenton Shelton. And we are all tied at 54. 4:37 left to play in the game. Campion over to Widener. Now we're to Kirk. Back to Widener and back to Campion. Driving Campion from the free throw line. The shot was a little too sharp, off the mark. Rebound Camrath. And back the other way come the Goslings. Anthony Bowman will bring it up the court for Watertown. Trenton Shelton, bouncer inside to Kopinski. He finds Camrath. Camrath will now drive baseline, off the glass, no good. Rebound McIntyre. Just a little too sharp off the glass. We had a tie game, 3:57 left to play here in regulation. Jack Campion trying to find his way in. Now they kick it out to McIntyre. McIntyre back to Widener. And that's knocked away. What a play by Shelton. They find Camrath under the hoop, and he traveled. Man, it is hard to fault him there because that's just a bang-bang play, but a turnover nonetheless on the fast break. All tied at 54, 3:32 left here in regulation. McIntyre looking for help in the paint, but instead kicks it back out. Widener, now over to Campion. Campion will turn on the Jets into the paint. Back out they go. Aiden Gall thought about driving, now kicks it back out to McIntyre. McIntyre leads the way tonight. A man hits the deck. Kirk for three, and he got it.
Three-point basket by Matthew Kirk.
For a three-point Milton lead with 2:54 left to play in regulation. Shelton in trouble. And a foul called on Tommy Widener. That is his third and the team's second. And so Watertown gets bailed out with the foul call. Ollie Myers will inbound here for the Goslings. They get it into Trenton Shelton as he will bring it back across half court. 2:41 left to play, and this one a three-point lead for the Redhawks. Bauman drives and kicks. Back to Bauman, and now Shelton inside to Kopinski, off the glass, and one! He's got 26, and he's got a chance to tie it up.
No fouls in the one in ball. His first and he's third. Line shooting one for the Goslings, Dave Kopinski.
The foul went against Aiden Gall, his first, the team's third. Opportunity coming. Kopinski makes it a three-point play, and he has 27 points to lead the Goslings, and we are tied again. 2:27 left to play here in regulation. Man, I thought we had a game last week. We got a good one this week. Again, all tied up with 2:27 left here in the game. What a performance from Nate Kopinski. 27 points for him. But he's gotten a lot of help tonight. Anthony Bauman with 11 points. 8 points for Ollie Myers and 8 points for Trenton Shelton. 3 points for Reese Camrath make up the 57 for Watertown. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's been a heck of a game for Brogan McIntyre. He's got 20 points. 14 points for Jack Campion, who is just slightly below his average of 16 a game. 8 points for Matthew Kirk in this one. 6 points for Tommy Widener. Chayton Jensen had 2 points off the bench, and 5 points for Aiden Gall. Connor Ofdahl also had 2 points to make up the 57 for the Milton Redhawks. Boy, it has been a back-and-forth game, and we're expecting a fantastic finish with 2:27 left to play in this one. Milton is going to get the ball here. Possession arrow is also pointed their way with 2:27 to go. Inbound to Jack Campion. It's definitely going to be a need to know that possession arrow just in case there are any tie-ups. Campion trying to find his way in the paint. He kicks it out to Widener. The student section getting loud here for Watertown. Campion turns it up, kicks it out. Matthew Kirk drives. Kick out, Campion drives the paint. Open man, Aiden Gall for three, and he got it. He's got 8, and Milton leads 60-57 with 1:50 left to play. Camrath. Over to Myers. They get inside to Kopinski. Out for three, and the shot is short. Off the rim, rebound goes to McIntyre. It was Ollie Myers who attempted the shot that was off. 1:30 left, 3-point game. Campion over to Widener. Back over to Campion. Matthew Kirk turns the corner, heads in the paint, ball's on the floor, and back to Watertown it will go. Nate Kopinski corrals it with 1:15 left, a 3-point game. Trenton Shelton brings it up for Watertown. Now over to Bauman. Back over to Reese Camrath. Now a jumper from the free throw line for Myers is off. And the rebound goes to Jack Campion. Under a minute left, a 3-point Milton lead. Bauman will play tight coverage here. And a foul is going to be called on Bauman. That's his second, the team's fifth here in the half. And so with 51.9 seconds left, we get a baseline. We're going to get sideline inbound here for Milton. Substitutions. Campion ends up with the ball. Again, a full court press here for Watertown. Milton trying to break it, a whistle and a foul called on Ollie Myers. That's his first.
Number 2, Ollie Myers, his first, team 6.
Number 6 on the team. And again, they will take it out. And a foul called here. Nate Kopinski, he's got 3. That is a 7-team foul. And now Brogan McIntyre will go to the line. Seems like everything a little bit out of sorts here for Milton, but McIntyre will make the first. That's a big basket. He's got 21, and now he makes it a 4-point lead with 42.5 seconds left to go. And the second shot is off. Rebound, Myers. Well, Watertown needs a couple of buckets here, no doubt. They're down 4. Bouncer to Kopinski, back over to Bauman. They look inside. We got a whistle. And they get a foul called. Jack Campion called for the foul, his second, the team's third, or excuse me, the team's 4th. Ollie Myers will inbound here for Watertown. We'll see what they decide to do. Everybody. This has been back and forth, but obviously, for Watertown, they're going to have to foul here quickly. 61 to 60, excuse me. With 25.4 left. A big performance tonight from Brogan McIntyre. He's got 21 for Milton. Meanwhile, 27 points for Nate Kopinski. He leads the way for Watertown. And what a game he has had. And we were talking about how he may need some help eventually. Ollie Myers has not been off to a great start here, but he has picked up here in the second half. He's got 8. Milton will inbound. Watertown playing full court press all the way here. They get it into Aiden.
And for Milton, 23, Xander Utrecht. Shooting 1-1 for Milton, Aiden Gall.
23, Xander Woodward will check back in the game for Milton. 1-1 here. And it's off, and he gets his own rebound.
Aiden Gall. Full timeout, Watertown.
Somehow gets his rebound and gets the shot to go. Watertown at 15.7 left in the game. Watertown trailing by 3. And again, we got to be impressed with Aiden Ball on that play right there. Maybe the biggest play of the game. To give Milton a 3-point lead rather than 1. Back we go the other way, and again, if you're Watertown, you gotta probably look for a 3. You don't have a lot of time left. So on the last offensive possession, you saw the shot right on his way in. That is certainly a possibility as well, but the more likely odds are that they're going to need a 3. So with 15.7 left, Watertown will get it back. Trenton Shelton, 12 seconds. Over to Kopinski, now back to Bauman. Looking for Myers, Bauman drives off the glass. Oh, shot is off. Bauman's gonna go to the line.
Milton fouls number 4, Brogdon McIntyre, his second, to team 6.
Is Brogdon McIntyre his second, 5th on the team? Man, if that shot would have went in, oh, the difference that would have made. Now you gotta wonder here, do you miss it on purpose? He doesn't, he makes the first. Big game for Bauman, he's got 12. Makes the second. And a timeout called. And Watertown's gonna talk it over. Jim O'Leary calling a timeout. Boy, oh boy, a 1-point game with 4.4 seconds left. So the recipe is fairly simple here. If you're Watertown, you got to foul right away and hope that Milton misses the free throws. And then you're going to have to get the ball back and get a shot to go. The good news is they're only down 1. They don't need a 3. They could settle for a 2. Well, we're going to have to see how things play out. Again, it's been a fantastic game here. If you're just joining us, my name is Ethan Buss. For Watertown TV, a 63-62 lead. For Milton, with 4.4 left, they're about to get the ball back. And I should have said for Watertown, first things first, try to steal the ball here on the inbounds. That won't happen. Kirk will be fouled immediately by Camrath. And so Matthew Kirk is going to go to the line. As the team's 9th foul. So one thing that we can see that's interesting here, Milton is not going to put anybody on the line. Once again, they're going to play everybody back, but for Watertown, they got to play heads up here. Shot is in. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity, so for Watertown, obviously hoping he can miss the second. Even if he makes it, it's a 3-point game. Makes them both. And a timeout. Excuse me, no timeout. Once again, a 3-point game. 3.2 seconds left. Camrath launches it. Kopinski, Myers for 3, and he ties it! Oh my goodness! And we are headed to overtime! Unbelievable! And this place just erupted. Unbelievable, a tie game. 65 apiece. And we're headed to overtime. Wow. What a shot. Ollie Myers, who's been having trouble all night, comes up with a big one here. And he's got 14, an incredible shot. In clutch time, I mean, what a play for Camrath to get it up the court to Kopinski there. And the little touch pass over to Myers. And absolutely clutch. Drains the 3. It's a 4-minute overtime period. Tied at 65 apiece. McIntyre and Kopinski are going to jump at center court. The 2 leading scorers in the game. Imagine that. Milton will win the tip. And Tommy Widener will give it over to Campion, and he will bring it up for Milton. Now over to Aiden Gull. An 11-game winning streak for Milton on the line here tonight. Aiden Gull drives baseline, off the mark, and a whistle and a foul called underneath the hoop.
White on Gull is number 20, this game at the third, team's 10. On team number 9, Aiden Gull.
So that is Camrath's third foul, the team's 10th. Aiden Gull to the line will make the first. We definitely have a battle of student sections here in front of us. No question about that. Aiden Gull's second shot is good. 12 points for Gull, 67-65 with 3:40 left in overtime here for Watertown. Shelton inside to Kopinski. He spins, puts on the brakes, gets it to go. He's got 29, and we're all tied again at 67. 3:22 left to play here in overtime. Campion drives, spins, kicks it out. McIntyre for three. That's off. Rebound goes to Campion. And he's going to slow it down and bring it up for Watertown with 3:08 left in overtime. Again, a tie game at 67 each. Bauman over to Camrath. Now back to Bauman. Across court they go to Myers. And he is fouled by Jack Campion. That's his third, the team's sixth.
Total fouls for 3, Jack Campion is third, team 7. Line shooting 1-1 for the Robinsons, Ollie Myers.
I apologize, that is the team's seventh. Ollie Myers will go to the line here for Watertown, and he makes the first. 15 points for Myers. He's got his average. He had a quiet first half. He's really gotten it going here in the second half. Oh, man, that second basket off the mark. So will remain a 1-point Gosling lead, 2:48 left to play. And all these points matter in overtime, and now the lead back to 1. Campion over to McIntyre. They're trying to find Kirk inside, can't do it. Widener looking for Campion inside. They had him, but Widener didn't see him. Kirk back outside, now to McIntyre. Again, they're trying to drive the paint and get an easy layup. That has not been the case. Watertown shutting down the paint. McIntyre shot is good.
Logan McIntyre.
He's got 23 points, and Milton has a 1-point lead, 69-68, 2:07 left here in overtime. He's got 13, and the Goslings go up 1, 70-60. Campion turns the corner to foul, drive on Bowman. As Campion tried to work his way into the paint. That is the
Watertown fouls number 4, Anthony Bowman is third. Line shooting 2 for Milton, Jack Campion.
11-team foul. Jack Campion will run the line and shoot. Makes the first. And we're all tied again at 70. Campion putting it back on. Second shot is good. And Milton goes back up by 1 with 1:52 left. Bauman all the way up court to Camrath. Now over the shot. Good job of clearing by Watertown. At the ball deflected in the air. And a foul called.
Watertown fouls number 20, is Campion, his third. Again for Gosling number 10, Caleb Winkleman.
Camrath is going to have to check out. Caleb Winkleman will check back in for Watertown. It's a 1-point Milton lead with 1:40 left to play here in overtime. That was questionable at best. Milton is in the double bonus, so they're going to shoot no matter what. Aiden Gull will go to the line. He's got 12 in this game. First shot is good. That was just a tough break for Watertown. It certainly did not look like, if anything, a defensive foul. Coach O'Leary right now trying to get an explanation. Both shots are in for Aiden Gall. He's got 14, 73-70, a 3-point lead for Milton. Shelton turns the corner over to Bowman. Bowman over to Winkleman. Inside to Kopinski, off the glass, and one! He's got 31 points. And he's trying to make it a 3-point play. Foul is on McIntyre. His serve, the team's 8th, and he can't make it a tie game. It is going to be a 1-point Milton lead with 1:21 left to play here in overtime. Campion looking to drive. They kick it out, working around Aiden Gall. Ball steps back, trying to work his way in. Oh, a little bit of a push there, didn't get the call. Ball again with a little bit of a shove. Ball still on the ground, and a whistle, and we got a timeout called. 55.2 seconds left. It is a 1-point Milton lead. Wow. What a game. 31 points from Nate Kopinski tonight. He has been incredible for the Goslings. He had 15 last game. He's got 31 tonight. He averages 17.2 on the season. He has blown that out of the water. But this game has been anything but ordinary. The two big men in this game, McIntyre for Milton and Kopinski for Watertown, both having great games. McIntyre's got 23 on the other side. And right now Milton will get the ball back with a 1-point lead. They are in the double bonus, so they'll be shooting free throws if a foul occurs. 55.2 remains in overtime. Widener will inbound here to Matthew Kirk. Milton not in any hurry. Jack Campion will now dribble. Turns the corner. Campion kicks out to McIntyre. Over to Kirk. He is fouled by Ollie Myers. It's his second. Number 13 on the team. So again, Milton shooting because of the double bonus. Kirk makes the first. Makes it a 2-point game with 35.3 seconds left in overtime. And the second shot goes in. Bringing it up the court, here is Shelton. It is a 3-point game, 28 seconds left. Shelton over to Winkleman. Now over to Bauman. They get it inside to Kopinski. Oh, it's off Milton. Oh! Wow. That ball was clearly off of Milton, and the crowd, you can hear them reacting. And the Red Hawks just got a gift, and they're going to get the ball back. 20.4 seconds left and a 3-point lead. A foul called on Winkleman. Boy, that is a timely missed call. It was pretty evident from my standpoint here that ball was off of Milton. Nonetheless, Aiden Gall will go to the line and shoot two. (75-72), 18.7 left, and the first shot is off. Xander Weekrich will check back in the game here for Milton. A 3-point Milton lead, 18.7 left. Second shot from Aiden Dahl. is off the mark. Timeout Watertown with 17.8 left. Down 3, and a timely 2 missed free throws from Aiden Gall there. He's been so good in this game. Man, I'm about ready to just throw the play sheets. I don't know what's going on up here anymore, but it's a 3-point game. And again, you look at, for Watertown, it's been Nate Kopinski all night long, 31 points. And you got to think, Watertown may try to get him the ball here. The problem is, he's more of an inside shooter. So in that case, you're hoping for a possibility of a foul and an and one opportunity. Obviously, it's going to come down to crunch time here. It already is. It's been crunch time for, I think, about, the last couple of halves here, I will say. Again, we are in overtime here in Watertown. I am Ethan Buss for Watertown TV. It has been a fantastic game. Milton is looking to win their 12th straight game, but that is in danger here as it is in overtime, 75-72. Milton does lead, but Watertown will get possession, and they're going to have to inbound it on the other side of the court. And Shelton picks it up with 17 seconds. Myers for 3. He nails it! Ollie Myers does it again. We're all tied at 75. 5 seconds left. Campion drives the paint. Step back jumper is good. And he beats the buzzer. And Milton wins it on a step back jumper from Jack Campion. They call it a 3. Unbelievable. An incredible effort from Watertown tonight. But the fact remains the same. The Milton Redhawks are leaving with their 12th straight victory. And they will remain in first in the conference. What an incredible run for them. By the way, they have changed that last shot from Campion to a 2. So he will finish with 18 points. What a game here all the way around. Incredible performance. Ollie Myers came up huge in these last 2 halves and overtime. But Milton, 77-75. Milton will now move on the season to 16-2 overall, 9-1 in conference. Meanwhile, Watertown will drop to 8-9 overall and 6-3 in conference play. Once again tonight, the final score, 77-75. 23 points from Brogan McIntyre. He led the way for Milton this evening. 31 points from Nate Kopinski, and he led the way for the Goslings. A final here from Watertown High School, 77-75 in favor of the Redhawks. Have a good night, everybody. For Ethan Buss and Brandon Simmons saying good night.